Pro-Russian militias have threatened to take control of state-run businesses in eastern Ukraine unless Kiev ends a rail blockade by nationalist protesters. The militias said in a statement that the blockade that halted the transport of coal supplies has caused many businesses to suffer in the country's east. They also said that they will stop selling coal to Ukraine and send future coal supplies to Russia or elsewhere. A group of Ukrainian lawmakers and veterans have blocked rail traffic in the east. The move has prevented coal produced in the region from reaching Ukrainian power plants and the steel industry. Ukraine's government has said low coal stocks in the plants could lead to rolling blackouts. James Dutras, a former U.S. Senate foreign policy analyst, joins us from Washington. Well, the bigger picture over here is trying to get this resolved, and we're seeing the moves obviously made by NATO and the perceived threat. German deployment, one of the most recent substantial deployments that have been made. How do you see this crisis continuing going forward?
Well, there's several elements to it. You talk about the German deployments and so forth. We do still have the continuing, I regard, provocative move by NATO on Russia's borders. You also have efforts to step up the heat of the simmering conflict in East Ukraine. This blockade of coal plays into that, but more on the Ukrainian side than anything else. You have a small group of radicals who would like to, it seems, bring down the current government of Poroshenko in Kiev and to take power themselves and pursue a more militant path toward eastern Ukraine. Cutting off the coal supply is a real dagger at the heart of what's left of Ukraine's economy. It doesn't seem that Mr. Poroshenko knows what to do about it, whether he's afraid of these people or whether he is somehow quietly encouraging them in what they're doing. For the Easterners now to threaten to take over enterprises in the East steps up the heat even further.
Do you think that there's going to be more of a push from the East going forward towards Ukraine?
No, I don't think so. I think this is reactive because, after all, there are a lot of people in East Ukraine, in the areas that are not in Kiev's control, who depend on these coal supplies themselves that are being sent over, from their point of view, to across enemy lines. There is this commerce that's been going on for quite some time. This will cause unemployment in the East as well if these coal deliveries are not resumed. And in fact, people even in the rest of Ukraine have pointed out some of these miners are going to end up in the militias directed against the Kiev government. It's counterproductive even from Ukraine's point of view.
Thank you, James Dutras, former U.S. Senate foreign policy analyst there from Washington.
And the European Union has extended its sanctions on North Korea over the country's recent nuclear and ballistic missile tests. The sanctions prevent helicopter and vessel sales to Pyongyang. The punitive measures also limit trade, transport, and financial corruption with North Korea and ban providing it with any technological know-how linked to its missile program. The EU says that the sanctions were slapped on the country for the violations of UN Security Council resolutions. North Korea conducted 2 nuclear and 26 missile tests in 2016.